Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to D-Gen Sports Network. We're going to run Week 3 NFL lines. Going on right now is the Thursday night game, but so we're going to leave that one off. Take it away, Wes. What do we got for first game?
The first game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders plus 5.5 playing the New England Patriots.
I'll get started. I like the Patriots here. I think it's going to be a little letdown spot for the Raiders. Had the big win at home, first time ever in Vegas. Now you got to travel East Coast and play a morning game. Just look for them to be a little sluggish and let down. Patriots, one of the better defenses they've played so far. Cam's looking really good. Got the offense clicking. I think the Patriots pull this one out, win by 10 points, 2 touchdowns, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I like it too. I think Las Vegas was really revved up for their opening. It looks like I checked the lines. The lines opened up at 6.5. They're down to 6 now. Looks like people are pretty excited about Las Vegas. So I'm Patriots on this one. So I'm going to keep watching it. Right now, I think it's at 6. Lower it gets, the better. So give me the Pats.
Right there with you. Don't have anything contrarian to add to that. I got really smacked by the Raiders last week, thinking that they would get owned, and they didn't. Thankfully, it helped our soccer team, but I got to be the idiot of the group, so that was fun. Okay, we got the Rams plus 2 playing the Bills. I'm gonna turn this light off behind me. Take off, bud.
We're just starting off with the games I like, apparently, because I like the Bills here. Their offense has looked really good so far this year. Rams have looked good too, but I just think the people they played aren't – well, the Cowboys are good, so that doesn't make sense either. But I like the Bills here. I don't have a good reason why. I just think they're going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I agree again. I think both the teams that – Week 1 and 2 for the Bills, I think that they should have absolutely beat these two teams a little bit worse than they actually did. They're a scrappy team. I think that there's just a lot of steam getting pumped into the Rams. They're 2-0 and making a lot of noise, it looks like. But I'm on the Bills here. Line opened at 2.5. It's moving my way. It's already at 2. Maybe we can get it down to a pick 'em here. That would be great. But under a field goal, give me the Bills.
Well, you knew I couldn't agree with everybody for more than 10 seconds. So
it's good.
I think the Rams are making my our preseason prop bets. The Rams are looking really strong to win that division, as are the Cards. And we thought both of those were good values. I think the days of getting the Rams as a small dog are going to be over pretty soon, quickly. And just for that reason and the reason that the Bills allowed themselves to get backdoored and cost me money this weekend, I'm spiteful. I've got to go against them. I want the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To the Texans, plus 4 playing the Steelers.
All right, well, the Steelers are one of the teams I really like this year, but they haven't looked real good last game. Even the first game didn't look real good. The Texans coming in 0-2, played the toughest schedule, playing the Chiefs and the Ravens so far. So looking to see what they can do with playing a little bit less of a quality opponent here, even though the Steelers have a really good defense. But I think I'm going to take the Texans and the points on this one. They may not win, but I think they can keep it close enough to get the cover on this one.
Yeah, I mean, we're 3 for 3 here. Here's another one. The line, I don't know, but, Bo's really good at the afternoon games, that first block of games. So I'm okay with this. The line is moving my way. It opened at 3.5. Now it's at 4. So, maybe – I just think Big Ben, he's looking a little bit shaky. They'll probably get it tuned up. I'm not buying into the injuries. They still look pretty good there, but I just don't think that we have a really good view of the Texans quite yet, just because, the Chiefs and the Ravens right out of the gate, their coach sucks. But,
how do you really feel about him?
He's a baller, man. I think he's sick of losing. He just looked like shit on the sidelines. And I think that they can cover this one.
Well, I hate to be the one to disagree. That's seeming to be my role today. I don't see it with the Texans anymore. If I was going to take them, I want to get more like 6.5, 7.5 on this. +4, not a number I really like. I think the thing that I've seen the most from the Texans this year, which is benefiting the Cardinals, but Watson misses Hopkins a lot. And he's been nothing but a catch machine in the first 2 weeks. And without him there to, open up the other receivers and to give people opportunities, they're really missing them. They're struggling to produce on offense at all. I don't think they're as bad as many people would want to believe right now, but I don't like them in this game. I think that the Steelers are probably going to pull it out. And, if anything is held true so far, go ahead and fade me and you'll make money. Okay, on to the 49ers, -3.5, playing the Giants.
I'll get started. I like the Giants here. I think the 49ers are just beat up. They got the quarterback out. They got tight ends probably out, running backs out. Just all kinds of issues. Then you got the head games going on with them scared and worried about playing on the turf at the Meadowlands. I think that's the name of their place. Oh, well. Either way, you do have Saquon out for the Giants, but I think they can make up for that with just airing it out more. So I like the Giants to get the cover here.
I like the 49ers here. I can't really figure out the Giants yet. They did not look good last week. I thought the 49ers were pissed off, and I mean they look pretty good. One thing about the injuries, it just everybody else is on high alert. They got to step up, and a lot of times the injured players or teams with injured players, a lot of the other teams step up and kind of fill up the gap there. I like this spot. I mean, so San Francisco stayed there. They played there last weekend. So they actually have a little bit of an advantage on that turf because they played the Jets there last weekend. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. They're going to have it probably more figured out than the Giants will. So give me the 49ers here.
I want the Niners as well, and I want them based more of – I know that, half the Niners lineup is injured. But in the past, since the Giants got Saquon, he's been the if and everything for the Giants. Everything that they've done has gone through him. Every bit of their offense has been based around him. And maybe this is the week that Daniel Jones comes and drills somebody for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. But if you can't do it with Saquon opening up passing lanes, how are you going to do it with whoever his backup might be, mystery man, whomever?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm not informed enough about their roster to even have a clue who's going to be running the ball for them. But, I mean, this is probably a square pick, but I think that the Niners, just for that very reason, are who I would want. I would obviously rather have that at 2.5 instead of 3.5, but that's the way I would go on it. Now to one of the most confusing teams in the NFL to me, the Titans -2.5 playing the Vikings.
Oh, this one scares me to do, but I'm going to take the Titans here. I think the Vikings may have already packed it up and just called it a year. I know it's really early to say that, but they've just looked terrible
so far.
Yeah, I mean, they've just looked awful. Titans have a lot more to play for to keep it rolling. They have a shot at their division. The one bad spot here, 0-2 team with the Vikings, this is it. You don't win, you're not getting in the playoffs pretty much. It's almost a done deal. 0-3 teams aren't getting you. So that part scares me, but I'm going to take the Titans.
Wes, what was the line at again?
2.5.
2.5?
And the Titans are the favorite.
I can't think of a reason to take the Vikings. I mean, I don't think the Titans are that good either. I think that they're kind of running on a reputation of last year. So I might get stung here. That one, it's a coin flip. I'm not taking it in the sports book. For the Pigskin Pickem, I don't know. I've got the Titans circled on my sheet here, but who knows? I mean, I really don't know. Kirk Cousins, they looked awful, and so I'm probably going to stay with the Titans just because I have no reason to bet the Vikings really.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Sadly.
going with Titans as well, mainly just because of my spot from last week, because I was up here preaching about the Vikings, and boy, didn't I get to look like the fool there. I do think that the Titans have an identity, that I don't think that it's necessarily an identity that's going to take them to a conference championship, but they know what they're trying to do and they can execute that. And so far, the Vikings have just been gross. And I don't have anything good to say about them. Okay, we've got the R words, the Washington football team, +7 playing the Browns.
Well, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to take Washington, as bad as I hate to. The only good thing they have is the defensive line, and I think that's enough to slow down the Browns running backs, and they're going to keep it within 7 somehow. I hate it even saying that I'm going to do it, but I'm taking Washington.
I'm taking the Browns. Washington, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I don't think Baker Mayfield is a mobile quarterback by any means, but I did hear some other – yeah. Well, I mean, some of the experts are actually saying that he's a little bit better passing on the run than he is in the pocket. And, I mean, I believe that too. I don't think he's an amazing pocket passer. So that's the Redskins. It's their pass rush. That's all they've got. And I just think that they can move the ball a little bit better than the Redskins can move it on them. It's not a great number, but I'm going to take the Browns here.
I can't see anybody that is self-respecting betting this game and feeling good about it. I mean, it's disgusting.
Garbage.
Yeah, I mean, like it's perfect for the name of this show for degenerates, because I mean, this is the time that you see the Michael Jordan gif where it says "Get some help." If you're betting this game with any confidence, just this is gross. I mean, Washington popped me last week. I like the numbers they're getting, and I think at some point they're going to, slip up and get a money line win and a couple of victories. They're improved. But it's kind of like when you say that Baker Mayfield's better on the run. Well, both of those are very low bars. Not exactly like they're clearing some high hurdle and getting over the hump. They're not very solid to begin with. Neither of these teams are. I mean, I guess that I would have to take the Browns, but don't bet this game. I mean, we'll go ahead and call that anonymous number and go to a meeting. This one's pretty gross. Okay, to the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals +4.5 playing the Eagles.
So real quick on the Browns, though, if Washington's going to get a money line win, who else would they get it against than the Browns? I mean, that's
it's set up perfect for them.
Who's the week 1 win? Remember the Redskins got a money line win right out of the gate.
The Eagles, but they were just decimated with injuries.
Yeah,
the money line is +270. I mean, I would rather be getting a little bit more value, but
yeah.
I mean, who in God's name is taking the Browns at -330 and feeling good about it?
Nobody.
No, that's not something you brag to your friends about. That's a rough one. Okay, Cincinnati +4.5 playing the Eagles. I have a lot of thoughts on this one when it gets to my turn.
All right, well, I'll keep mine quick. I'm going with the Bengals with Joey covers here. Get a little backdoor action maybe. I just can't see – the Eagles are just not a good team to me. They still have tons of injuries. They got a few people back, but I don't see them beating anybody by this amount of points. I know it's not a huge amount, but Bengals may win in my mind. But I'm taking the Bengals.
Okay, so for the Pigskin Pickem, anybody running office pools in your ESPN Pigskin Pick'em leagues, Bengals started off at 6.5, which is where they are in the Pick'em. It was 5.5 yesterday, and now it's 4.5. So you're getting 2 free points by taking the Bengals. In real life with your sportsbook, it looks like everybody's seeing right through this. They're jumping on the Bengals. Who knows where the number's getting lower, so you might want to start thinking about switching over to the Eagles at some point. I doubt it's going to get anything lower than 4.5 already, but I'm going Bengals here in the ESPN Pick'em. In real life, probably just stay away from it. I don't know about the Eagles. I think Joe Burrow is going to be a great quarterback in the future. He hates losing. He's already quoted he's never lost 2 games in a row in his entire career. So that's a good quote, but
it'll change soon.
Yeah, my hair never falling out
yeah,
till I was 30
NFL,
either, but see how that worked out.
Definitely. So I think the Eagles are still a favorite for a reason here. But at 6.5, that's a pretty good number. We'll see. I don't think that the Eagles can get them by a full touchdown, so I'm taking the Bengals.
Well, I'm also on the Bengals, and I think that this year the Bengals are last year's Cardinals. And what I mean by that is throughout the year, last year, you got a lot of great value betting the Cardinals because they've not been very good, and the Bengals have been crap for a long time. So they're going to play these teams and stay within covering range, but they're not going to win many. So you're probably not ever going to see them be a big favorite throughout the year. And as long as they keep, slipping into the back door and being cover warriors, I think they're the team so far this year that I think there's demonstrable value with their lines. I don't necessarily think they'll win, but especially if you got them at 6.5 at the beginning of the week, I think you feel great about that. I feel pretty good at 4.5 with it. I'm not really sure they won't win straight up. Just to compare, would you rather have them at plus 180 on the money line or the Redskins at plus 270?
Yeah, there's no question.
Yeah, I think the Bengals have a much better chance to win. That's the team I would rather have in this one, especially covering that three-point number, which I think is pretty important in the NFL. Okay, we're going to the Bears, plus 3.5 playing the Falcons.
Oh, I like the Bears in this one. Falcons, I think they are just demoralized after giving up the huge lead last week. Something like that's not easily overcome. The Bears they don't look good really either, but I think they got enough in them to keep this one close and cover the 3.5. Falcons are going to have to get it together before I can get on board betting them as a favorite. So give me the Bears.
All right. The Falcons are still a 3.5-point favorite, even after blowing the lead. What would this line be if they hadn't lost to the Cowboys in this awful, horrible way? The Bears, Atlanta's defense might actually make Mitch Trubisky look pretty good, which is sad. But I just think that, I don't think the Bears can – I don't know. That was tough. I'm going Atlanta here, but it's going to be tough for them to get separation. I just think that their offense is a little bit better, especially if we get some kind of shootout or something like that where, whoever gets the ball last wins type deal.
So as long as they don't have a 9-point lead with 2 minutes to go, you feel good about it?
They had a 20-0 lead. That should have never happened. I don't even know why Dan Quinn is still the coach there. They don't need him. The defense sucks, and Matt Ryan is essentially the offensive coordinator. So it's just I don't know. If Las Vegas still thinks that the Falcons are a 3.5-point favorite, that's pretty disrespectful to the Bears. I think that's for a reason. Bears are a 2-0 team. Atlanta is an 0-2 team. Why? They're still a 3.5-point favorite. They can smother them. And just the Bears are going to mess something up. They may not be able to keep their drives alive, even with Atlanta. And the Cowboys are just a much better offense. So, they were able to sneak back in. I just don't think the Bears have the firepower if Atlanta gets a lead on them to do something like they did last week. And it's in Atlanta. There should be, it'll be a little bit better being at home.
Well, I see you took your Atlanta hat off to go against your boys.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm still on them. I'm still picking them here. I'm taking the Falcons here, and I'm trying not to be a homer, but I mean it's the Bears here. I mean they can't win a shootout here. I don't think they can stop Atlanta's offense. Maybe not the entire game.
Do you want me to be the kiss of death to your team, or do you want me to go against them? I mean, I feel like you're invested.
Just take the Bears. So
Man,
I can tell everyone I told you so.
Beat myself with a stick.
Oh, God. So,
I mean,
Wes, you're with the Falcons, too?
Dude, the Falcons, to blow a big lead in the fourth quarter, you have to have a big lead in the fourth quarter. I don't see it with the Bears. I don't see them able to do much offensively, even though the Falcons surely did not inspire confidence with that turd they laid in the fourth quarter last week. But maybe this time they won't have an onside kick where the ball's not on the tee and everybody just watches it.
What was that? That was insane.
It was a train wreck, and you couldn't turn away from it. It was, I mean, as somebody that didn't have anything on that game, it was just glorious to watch. I felt like that I got to drink the tears of every man, woman, and child that possibly wanted the Falcons to win that game. I hate the Cowboys, so I didn't really enjoy that very much. But I just don't see it with the Bears. If the Bears cover this week, it'll be because their defensive touchdowns that happen. I don't see them just stopping the Falcons and beating them straight up.
I'm still just
I have
trying
no idea what I did in the pick'em for the ESPN thing. That's always like a Christmas surprise to me because I pick it on Tuesday, and then Sunday, halfway through the games, I figure out who I need to be cheering for because I never remember. But I've got to go for what excites me at this point in my life. There's not a lot left. Okay, we have the Jets plus 11.5 playing the Phillip Rivers Colts minus 11.5.
So I'm sticking true to our thing. I'm not taking the Phillip Rivers as a double-digit favorite. So give me the horrible, horrible Jets. And that's enough about that game. That's just terrible to even say it.
I'm going down to the Harlem River to drown. I got the Colts. I can't believe it, but I just think the Jets are the worst NFL. If they're not last on everyone's power ratings right now, I don't know how. Who is? Maybe the Vikings, but I mean,
the Jets are. The Jets are terrible. They're the worst team, but I can't take Rivers with that many points.
I think you're right, but this is going to be one of those games where they're going to be up by 2 touchdowns, and it's just going to be either –
and he throws a pick six.
Right, or some kind of backdoor cover right at the very end. I think I'll feel good about it the whole game. This doesn't help my case here, but 97% of ESPN Pigskin Pickem people have the Colts too, even at 10.5. And, that they're kind of average.
The language here. You're making me feel better about my pick now. I mean,
well, you've been on the Jets all year, man. I mean, we've been watching you take Sam Darnold, telling everybody how he's going to be.
It was only 1 week that I took him. This is only week 3. But double-digit dog in the NFL. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the 72 Dolphins playing the Alabama Crimson Tide. Give me the dog. I know that is completely as a joke. No college team can beat an NFL team. That's clear. But
you're going to make some Bama fans mad.
Oh, yeah, I know. They think that they blow out the Browns. We hadn't even seen what they're going to do this year. But, I mean, double-digit dog. Rivers is a favorite. Couple of my maxims there. It's going to be a disgusting game. There's nothing that would make me happier than turning this game on and see that the Jets have scored 14 points by some Christmas miracle to start the game off, or like that pick six that was in the Saints game the other day, or was it the Saints or the Patriots game? Got a pick six to start the game. I thought, okay, they're going to roll. But but when you got that many points that you're getting, the margin of error is so small that I really want the points. I don't really even care who's playing.
Margin of error with the Jets is pretty big.
Oh, yeah, they are an error-filled team, and that's a good point. And, I feel like I'm developing a reputation as the one that everybody should bet against and fade. So, it's probably be a good time to go against me here. To the Carolina Panthers, plus 6.5, playing the Chargers.
All right. This one I can't see. Well, 6.5 on the pick. I'm at a 7.5, so I'm definitely taking the Panthers there. But the Chargers are going with the rookie quarterback again. I just don't see the rookie quarterback being a 6.5 point or 7.5 point favorite. He looked good last week, but he kind of had the element of surprise on the Chiefs. So Panthers have had all week to get ready for him. I'm taking the Panthers here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Panthers too. I think Chargers are a little bit hyped up right now. Some doctor stabs a quarterback in the heart with a syringe, and this guy comes in here and takes the Chiefs into overtime. So they're rolling. Everybody's all over it. I mean, I don't know. It looks like the public's actually kind of seeing, or some sharp money moved the Panthers down here. So I think definitely the Pigskin Pickem 7.5. I don't know about 6.5. Well, yeah, actually, no, they're good. They're good for it. Panthers 6.5. They're good for that too, I think.
Well, if there's anything I've learned watching football my entire life is that the transitive property means nothing. What they did against the Chiefs was really cool. That was a wonderful showing for them. But that does not mean that if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl that the Chargers are only 3 points less good than the Super Bowl. They called them flat-footed. Justin Herbert made me look like an idiot because he played much better than I saw him play at all last year. Still, I don't see a rookie making his second start as a 6.5 point favorite, even if Carolina's admittedly pretty gross. I think that that's the team. I want the Panthers on that one. To the Lions, plus 6, playing the cover cards.
That's the cover cards for me, and they've looked good so far this year. Really like the quarterback, the way he keeps the ball moving. I also like the play calling. They don't just run it up the middle and run the clock out like you said. A lot of these older conservative coaches do. Kingsbury, he's keeping his foot on the pedal, keeping it going. The Lions have just been gross all year. I don't know what's going on with them, but I can't see them keeping it close here. I think the Cards pull another big win.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like the Lions can still score. Cardinals, I like the Cardinals here. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I don't want to step in front of them right now. I think we might, I think we all might need to be looking at Kyler Murray for a little, NFL MVP bet, maybe him or Russell Wilson now-ish. I don't want to step in front of them. The public's moving this line, but Pigskin Pickem had it out at 5.5. I don't know. Maybe the Lions get together and do a shootout here, but I don't care. I'm still just gonna. I'm riding the Cardinals here. Until they prove me wrong.
Well, I love the Cardinals. Pretty established on that. But I love Matt Stafford as a dog. I always thought that he's about like Phillip Rivers 2.0 when he's getting points. Hard for me to want to jump on the Cards laying points right now, even though I really think that they are possibly the best team in that division. Before we get off, I'm going to look up the MVP props just to see what you can get Kyler at, even though I think Russell Wilson – I told my cousin this the other day that I think he's probably the best quarterback in the NFL, even though it drives me crazy to say it. But they're both really, really solid. Give me the Lions begrudgingly. The Tom Brady Buccaneers minus 5.5 playing the Broncos.
This one hurts me to say because it makes no sense. But I'm taking the Broncos. I don't think Brady's looked good the last couple of weeks. He hasn't played good in Denver throughout his career. I just think it's still a good letdown spot for him, and it'd be a good time for the Broncos to show up. Their defense plays pretty good. Just looking to surprise some people. I'm going to take the Broncos. I don't really have a good reason why, but that's where I'm going with this one.
Yeah, I mean, the Drew Lock's out. Okay, I don't think that the difference between him and Sean Driscoll are really any points at all. He's only had started 2 NFL games now, or this year. I got to give my non-existent Falcons hat tip to Las Vegas. I think that they've done a pretty good job week 2 and 3 with the Buccaneers. These don't really seem very inflated to me at all. Preseason I was always talking about how I was going to be fading the Bucs. I'm 2 for 2. I think I'm going to take the Bucs on this one. I don't think that the Broncos are built to get in kind of offensive showdown. And I think the Buccaneers still have that in their DNA. If they need to air it out and throw those deep balls, I think one of the Buccaneers' best play calls is just a giant pass interference. So, let Mike Evans beat some corner and, get a flag on it and score. So I'm going to take the Bucs here. I just think they got a little bit more to offer than the Broncos.
Well, those guys making those lines are professionals for a reason. They are phenomenally good at it. Their algorithms are just second to none. I'm going to go with you on this one, Ben. I want the Bucs, and as much because in watching ball in the last 10 years, you've always seen Brady teams, even though it was a Bill product or a Brady product, who knows, but you always see them tend to come together and improve offensively as the year goes on. I don't really think that Jeff Driscoll is going to be the guy that does it for the Broncos. I would rather have this at a number that I feel like was more advantageous, but beggars and choosers and such. On to the Cowboys, plus 5.5, playing the Seahawks.
I'm going to take the Cowboys here, getting the points. The Seahawks just come off a big win, maybe a little spot for a letdown for them. The Cowboys also got the big win, but everything that could have went wrong for them went wrong, and they still managed to win somehow. So I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fighting back, getting a little momentum with the win. I think they go out to – and the Seahawks defense has just got holes all in it too. So I think they can go out there and score some points and get the cover here.
Seahawks and Cowboys have both played one team in particular, Atlanta Falcons. Cowboys were getting absolutely whooped. Yeah, you're right. Everything that was going wrong could go wrong, but they are not going to sneak back in on Seattle. I love the the Patriots win. I just think the Patriots are better than we think, and I think Seattle is probably better than we think too. Give me Pete. I'm betting on Pete Carroll in this matchup here, and Russell Wilson. I think that they are better than the Cowboys coach and Dak Prescott. It's in Seattle. The number's not great, but I just think that they can get ahead, put the pedal down, and pull away. And if they need to, score in the very last second and bump it up to a touchdown. So give me the Seahawks here. I just don't want to step in front of them right now. I think that they're feeling good and they're gelling.
I think that game last week was a Super Bowl preview. I think that the Seahawks and the Patriots are going to be there. Don't really have much to add to that. I think that the Cowboys are going to run through a buzzsaw on this. And I'm pretty much on record talking about my feelings about the Cowboys. We got 3 minutes left, and we've got the Packers plus 3 playing the Saints.
I keep it quick. I'm going to take the Packers, getting points. Saints have looked terrible. Aaron Rodgers and that offense have looked great. I'll take the points there.
Yeah, give me Green Bay. And if this thing goes into a shootout, I don't see either of these teams pulling away. Packers they were enough for me. They might be overvalued. Who knows? But I just think in a shootout, I'm going to run with Aaron Rodgers here.
Me 3. Don't have much to add to it. Give me the points when there's when I'm in between. And for the Monday night game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs plus 3.5 playing the Ravens.
I'm going to take the Ravens. I think they look like the better team this year. I think they may have a little bit to prove, so I'm going to go with them. I don't like the number at all, 3.5, but I think they get it done.
I've got the Ravens circled on my little sheet here. It's what I have selected for the Pigskin Pick'em as well, but this is going to be a game time thing. I just think that the Chiefs got a wake-up call. I think that's going to snap them out and put them back into reality. Pat Mahomes, prime time. I think he'll be ready. So I'm probably going to lean over to the Chiefs with the points here just for take a little bit of, hedge a little bit with 3.5.
I want the Chiefs for no other reason that I don't think I'm going to get the Chiefs as a dog again this year.
Yeah,
And I've got to take advantage of the value. Okay, guys. Well, we appreciate it. We'll get back with you possibly with some college lines later on this week. Have a good one.
Thanks.